Let's take a look at the Academy League game against the Yellows. Um, this was a rough match, a 5-0 sweep. We're gonna be taking a look at game 2. What can we work on improving starting from this loss? So far, off to a pretty good start. MonsterJamers gets a good pass out to mid, and Mcas finishes it off. So this is kind of the first hint of why I feel like we struggle a lot this series. Is a lot of panicking on defense when really we didn't need to. So if we take a look, hold on. Cass hits it off the side, and then Daywalker. Go to Jamer's perspective. We get full boost, rotating the net, gets a hit, and right now you can pretty much tell this is gonna hit post. So at this point, all we need to do, because Daywalker's not gonna have a second touch on this, is back up a little bit, wait for the ball to go off the post, and then because the ball's probably gonna go like this and then bounce out here and go out, they just need to back up and then take control of the ball once it hits the ground, because they're both on the same side of the field. Daywalker might try to cut across, but once this hits the ground, you can start picking up field, and Mcas can be over to the side, so maybe you could passing play and whatnot. But instead, what happens is, well, let's take a look what happens instead. You push out, and then you realize, oh, it's hitting, and you jump up for this. By the time you jump, it's already over you. And then you get beat to the ball here. So it's just, my guess is he was just misreading how the ball is going to bounce, which leads to this. Yeah. But we'll see other examples in this game of other times where the defense was rushed when it really didn't need to be. Luckily this time didn't result in any goals. Oh, that is unfortunate. That could have resulted for a goal for us. Here, don't both go in the same corner. Get MonsterJamers to here. So I remember in the comms, and comms were more on the quiet side than I would have liked. If you're going to challenge this corner, then you need to tell Mcas to tell Mcas that you're challenging, so that he knows to push out, so that you can challenge here, and then if it's past you, then Mcas can turn for the ball. But you both go for the ball here, and if Aspects got past you, that's a free counterattack goal for them, basically. You just gotta make sure, keep up the comms, make sure you know MonsterJamers, you're going for the corner, let Mcas know so he doesn't also go for the corner. Or if Mcas, you say I'm gonna challenge, so that MonsterJamers know to stay back so you don't both go into the corner. A lot of these issues, just communication issues. So now Mcas needs to rush back. That touch, okay, this is another example of defense that was rushed. So there was no reason to hit this ball and backflip right now. So let's take, what was your boost levels at? So you had a full boost. So I want to watch your perspective on the play. So if we go for this corner, we took boost and grab mid boost. At this point, slow down, let the ball go past you, because there's no reason to backflip here. No one is right on you about to dunk you, and you're not setting anyone up other than maybe the other team with that hit. So ideally, at this point, slow down your momentum a little bit, let the ball go past you. So at this point, from this angle, it's a little easier to see how the ball's gonna hit. So it's gonna go here and then start to come to the corner. But it was a little from your perspective, so you could have waited for, like, you have to slow down the ball hit, so it's gonna roll. So then you could come around and either push it back up this way, and you have full control of the ball because no one is near you. Or what you can do, let it, and if you see it goes out here, I'm like, oh, I can just follow this up and bring it off the wall, bring it across, or bring it out here. You have many options. Where instead you rushed the hit, got a backflip, and it just popped out to the side, and then the Outlaws are right here to take control of it. They didn't take very good control of it, but they did. They were right there to have an opportunity. They're right here. The MonsterJamers have to jump for it. If they walk and get touched, he kind of either fakes it or misses it, bring it out to his teammate. Now you guys get put on defense, but that's a good challenge. Put it out. Good job, MCAS, waiting for him to bring it to you. Just waiting that fortunate miss off the wall. That's fine. Bound to happen. I don't know how they didn't score this. Another situation. I get it. You want to try to get there, but don't want to nosedive into the wall here. This really should have been a goal for Outlaws after that. And here, hit the brakes, jump up for this, or just drive up the wall and then jump off the wall, right? Because I mean, you don't even have to jump the wall with how close it is. Stay on the ground. Up for that. I guess it was just a misread of the situation. Probably thought he was gonna bang it, but see that he's not moving very quickly. He's not gonna get a touch on this. You can grab the ball, challenge, beat him to the ball. I don't know how he didn't score this. Guys were spared. Good second play. Moved up a little bit slowly, but that's fine. Got the goal. All that matters. I mean, it's not all that matters, but the play got reset. Fine. Up 2 goals. 3 minutes left. And this sequence of events is interesting. So, take a look at this. So, right now, earlier, you're pretty good about just waiting for the ball to come to you. But here you jump when you really didn't need to, because both the Outlaws are way too far away from the ball to, so let's go back a little more. And it's good effective as well. So here, you see the ball's coming towards you, but the Outlaws are all the way out here. They're not going to get to this ball anytime soon. Especially, they're not going to challenge because they see you sitting in that. There's no reason to use boost. You just let this roll across, because if they come closer, you push it out. But you have control of this right now. This is not going to roll in. You can just let this roll across and either start to push up in here or let it go past you and then take it out that way to move away from them. But there's no reason to use your boost and then jump and get a touch here, because one, it was just awkward, but that's fine, that'll happen. But two, you're just hitting it back towards them, where if you waited to this point right before you started boosting, if you wait for this ball, so if we, I just want to get more, see the whole field. So you're at the yellow net, and everyone else is in this tight little space. So if you just let, and this ball's going fairly quickly, so if you let this ball roll across here at this point, then you can start take it up here. Obviously these people wouldn't still be in the same here. This guy might start going back, this guy will go back, MonsterJamers probably go back here. But at this point you still have all the space on this side of the field to do whatever you want. And then maybe MonsterJamers, you save control, MonsterJamers sees your control, so then you can cut mid and you can pass him and then he can shoot. But because you feel like, oh, I can't let this cross the goal line no matter what, and you rush for it, boost, you stop because you're like, oh, I'm going too fast, and you jump in a super light touch, and then the outlaws are all here to take control of the ball. So just trying to be a little bit more patient on defense. There's no reason here for this. Could have had a great counterattack opportunity, because if you recognize, you let the ball cross here, and then maybe get a bang, or not even bang, you can just push it here. And they're both backwards, or facing forward to the net, backwards to the net, so they won't be able to get back to it in time. This could have very easily been a counterattack. But you get the hit. Now MonsterJamers is in net. You're in the corner. You don't get the challenge. And then MonsterJamers have to go for the challenge here. That's you getting back to net. MonsterJammer challenge, which is fine. Unfortunately, didn't really do much of a challenge. The aspects wasn't hitting it towards the net, he was just hitting back to the corner. He bait you out. But that'll happen, that's not that big of a deal. And then you jumped here. If I remember correctly, you said you were pre-jumping because you thought you were hitting it high, or thought he was hitting high. But try as much as possible to never pre-jump. Only times to pre-jump is if they're like falling in an aerial and they might be going for a double touch, and then you can jump up for it. But if they have it on the ground, most of the time you'll be able to react to whatever they're hitting. Because if you jump and they just wait, or they do something completely that you're not thinking, then it's easy goal. Because if you stay on the ground, this should have been a save. But because you jumped for the re-jump, didn't go in. So it's just a kickoff goal. Yeah, MonsterJamers just have to put in a really awkward spot here. I mean, ideally, you try to, let's see, what was your boost levels up? I'm sure it wasn't, oh, you had 100 boost. Should have gone for this. Try to, because whenever, especially on kickoff, when you know they're going to be right there, if it's high up like this, ideally, what you want to do, jump up, either land on backboard, or meet it as it's hitting. So you kind of pinch it out of the way. Either land backboard, wait for it to hit you, and then you can take care of it, or meet the ball as it's hitting the back wall. That's the best way to take care of this, because if you just sit on the ground, Jay Walker is just going to score this 9 times out of 10. Can't just hope and wait that he doesn't get the touch. And while you do jump here, you're jumping for the rebound, you're not jumping for before it hits the backboard. And well, yeah, that's a very difficult thing to read. At this level, people are going to be, if he's up like this, 9 times out of 10, he's going to score this. Especially because you haven't jumped yet. Jump now, but he has all the momentum on you. Now we've lost our 2-goal lead. About half the game left. And another kickoff goal, unfortunately. But let's take a look at this one, see if anything could have really been done for this one. Got the boost, which is fine. I mean, yeah, that's really close. There's not really much else you could have done. Maybe go a little bit sooner, maybe go off the wall to try to get it, but that's really difficult to save. Prior to, a little bit more easier to save, but that one was really difficult. Not much more you could have done on that one. Why? Back up. How much boost do you have? You got 90 boost. So confused. Let's watch your perspective. He has hit. Turn for this. This guy got past me. But at this point, you should keep going. Start using your boost. Track him back down. Don't let him give him all the space. Because now, like, Mcas behind you. He saw you back up that much. He's like, oh, I have to go now. And yeah, it turns into a goal. But you shouldn't have backed out of that play. You should have stuck with it, especially the amount of boost you had. Because it's like ideally, either try to like jump and then side flip into this at this point. But even you can just wait here and back up a little bit. So at this point, you should start going forward again. Use a boost, jump. You haven't beat the ball. You control the ball. Instead, you keep backing up, and then you start pushing the ball. To not be backing up that much when you're that close to the ball and have that much boost, and Mcas is behind you in that. Fortunately, turns into a goal. Alright, back up. 2 minutes left. But in most circumstances, you should not be doing that at all. This is another instance of early on the game where Mcas was driving back and he goes for a backflip. But really don't need to. He could. Mcas here. I guess you have a ball came on here now. Yep, you can see both the outlaws are way out of the play. They're not gonna hit this. Let this ball go past you slightly, go around it, take control of the ball, push it upfield, do whatever. If you just back up here, you're just giving them back the ball. This hit does not help the team whatsoever. Because MonsterJamers, there's no way he's gonna get it for that. Because we go back a little bit, you can see MonsterJamers is on their half of the field, trying to rotate back, still on their back line pretty much at this point. So you need to just buy time, allow MonsterJamers to recover, get boosts, whatever. But doing this just gives it back to the other team. And like this is fine to like buy time when you're like low in boost. But you have so much boost that you can just take control of the ball, turn around, let the ball slightly go past you, and then turn and catch it. There's no reason to pop it up like that. Yeah, it gives you control back, but in general, you're just giving them the ball. Something you never really want to do. That was a nice touch. Was it still in? No, not yet. Now it is. That was a good first touch. MonsterJamers get the make sure they can't score. Unfortunately, we weren't able to recover in time to get the puck. So that's fine. Did as much you really could do realistically in that situation. And then this goes in. So it seems that time balls on the backboard are a big weakness for MonsterJamers. Fine. Everybody has their weakness. But here, much boost. Yeah, you got plenty of boost. So you just stop, probably because you realize you didn't get to it in time. Trying to think what. So let's go to your player perspective here. So as soon as he hits that up here, what I would have done, quickly turn off ball cam. Well, quick so that it's like here. So then you see like, okay, at this point, so you know how hard you hit the ball. Use your 90 boost you have, and turn and go up the wall to get it up on backboard, and use as much boost as you have. So you need to get up there extremely quickly. So then if we go back to your player cam, or not, so like so ball's up, you're boosting to get up here. So then ideally you'd be like around here-ish. Might be a little bit more up here, depending on how smoothly you're able to get a ball using your boost, how quickly you do that, so that when it reaches the ball here, you're already up here and you can get a clear off to the side. Using the back wall to your advantage to get these clears are a huge help before he hits it past you. And then here, what you do is you slowly, like awkwardly, go backwards. But you would have been able to get there faster if you just turned around and then used all that 90 boost that you still have. I think you would have been able to get the save. But I feel like, oh, he hit it past me, I just need to back up. A little bit of panic. So now you guys down by 2 goals, unfortunately. Minute left. Try to get those goals back. This was an interesting jump. I don't know what this was. He jumped out to hit it. My guess is he didn't think he was gonna hit it off to the side. I just thought that was a little weird and panicky. Like, wasn't necessary. So here, this is a very minute thing because there isn't much time left, so that's understandable. But either comms, whoever's going to challenge this. Personally, I prefer Mcas to challenge this because he's right there, and I think the way he's turning. Oh, he doesn't have boost. Never mind. Yeah, MonsterJamers is yours, but all this has to do with comms. Or like he can still Mcas can still challenge it because he's low boost in your net. You have more boost to defend whatever happens, or you challenge this. You say you're challenging. Mcas knows that, so you can rotate and grab boost. However, like grab this boost, that, or he was here, so like grab these boosts depending on how much time he realizes he has. But you need to make sure to communicate so that we both don't challenge us in the corner. And by this point, the game's pretty much over. There's still 14 seconds left, but it's extremely difficult. They scored no goal here, but so for the most part, it's a lot of like panic. Oh, this is also where Mcas86. I forgot about that. But so a lot of what happens, or a lot of mistakes that were happening, is just because like a lot of panic or rushed touches on defense or going back onto defense that just gave up a lot of the opportunities that we had in this game and the series as a whole. And then just panicking, not realizing the time we have on defense. And also some of the comms thing they talked about, like both challenging the corners a few times in this game. So the two main things, just the comms being a slight issue, but also the panicking or rushing touches a lot on defense. That'll be it for this one.